On today's episode of Tallidus Plays. Oh god, here comes. Here comes another one. Chilling in a bathroom or a closet. So be just like that. Just like that. Alright. Ooh, that was a dangerous maneuver. Could really damage our vehicle. So we're gonna just try to make haste. Oh god. They are swarming that house, folks. We're trying out the 28 minutes later challenge. Have you ever wondered how you would fare in a world where every zombie can kill you with one single scratch? Let's find out how I would do. So in this challenge, we are basically in the world of 28 days later. Every zombie is a sprinter and they have a higher perception sort of effect. So we've got to be very careful with the loadout here. I'm going to spend a bit more time setting this up. All right, here is the loadout, folks. Custom occupation. We are taking thin-skinned, prone to illness, slow healer, high thirst, short-sighted, slow reader, and weak stomach. But on the good side, we've got dexterous, cat eyes, keen hearing, and most importantly, athletic and strong. This is effectively going to start us at 9 fitness and 9 strength, giving us the best chance to survive. Alrighty, folks. Tallidus Plays is ready to attempt the 28 minutes later challenge. All right, and we awake in a doctor's office here. We immediately go into a crouch because, if you haven't heard already, every zombie is a sprinter. The first weapon I get my hands on is a lowly scalpel. We can use that in our favor. Oh god, here comes one. Oh my god. Okay. Oh god, here it comes. Okay. Here comes another one. Okay, that scalpel's coming in handy already. Luckily, upon further investigation in the Cortman Medical House, I find a few more intriguing items, namely a metal baseball bat in one of the closets, which will be instrumental in my survival here among these fiendishly fast undead foes that I face in the coming days. Decide to hop a fence behind the house and investigate some more of the local vicinity here. Of course, we come across yet another sprinter. Oh god, here he comes. Wow. All right. I start to find my rhythm while fighting the undead in their new speedy mode here. And 1 becomes 2 becomes 3 very quickly. Okay, let's keep going. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I heard him. I heard him. Should not have been that scary. Okay. Whew. Jump scares are plenty in this game mode, and I find myself realizing that I've got my work cut out for me as I pry some wood from a nearby house to do a little bit more looting inside. Maybe just more medical items, maybe backup. Oh, a hiking bag! Yes! Okay. I realize that my new meta for this particular playthrough might be dragging all of the garbage bags out of every trash container in the local area. In this one, for instance, I find fresh chicken nuggets and a crowbar, which is a great get indeed. I cook up those chicken nuggets, and I have my crowbar on standby on my back as I enjoy a television show here in the evening time. Again, I go by a local convenience store where another sprinter is just waiting outside. Apparently their scratcher did not pay off, and they're not too happy about it. Upon investigating a local house, I make the realization that fences are your friend in the 28 minutes later challenge. It slows down zombies, and they always fall over when they crawl over the fences. However, make sure you're not too slow on the uptake, because there's a good chance they could swipe you off your feet just like that. Again, this zombie almost kills me. Again, 1 scratch, and this run is over, folks, so I cannot afford to let them lay even 1 finger on me. The audio radius, when we start actually crafting things at our base, if we decide to stay at Cortman Medical, we'll be glad that we know what that true radius of sound is. And wow, that is a get, folks. We found a generator. And that's the end of day 1 here. We managed to survive the entire day, and we lay our head down for a well-earned rest, planning what will happen tomorrow. As day 2 begins, we make our way over to the neighbor's house because we don't have a TV for some reason. So we enjoy our morning show, get a little bit of cooking knowledge, and rest on their couch. And then we strike out to do some more looting, finding a rifle and a gun case nearby. Again, not sure if I ever want to use firearms in this particular game mode, but you know what? I've got to collect them. We also find another baseball bat in a nearby armoire. Baseball bat's a common theme in this playthrough. I happen upon a sedan in nearly perfect condition, but unfortunately the previous owner isn't too happy about it, so we have to take care of him before we can transfer the deed, if you know what I mean. A few more neighbors decide to voice their opinions on the matter, and again we clean up a nearby construction site with our baseball bat. Okay, any windows? Oh god, here comes two. Okay, we're backing off a little bit here. Gonna come around this corner very quickly. There's one. Shove and whack. Okay. Ooh, all right. I realize that 3 or more zombies might be an issue, so I try to keep them in pairs if possible. And then we continue our looting session, hoping that I don't alert any more zombies. Grab that too. I think that is for this car. There's a good chance his residence is actually that one, but let's see. Okay, no, that isn't this. Oh, no way. Okay. We're bailing. That is the alarm. There's no reason to crouch. We are absolutely sprinting away right now. This is terrifying. I'm going to get just all the way back down the street. That's going to draw every zombie in like a quarter mile around, so... Thankfully, I make it back to Cortman Medical with all of my limbs intact, and I decide to start planning for future days of survival very optimistically. I marked the map with a Z where that alarm went off, just to remind myself not to go near that area for a few days. Also, I make a note of where we found that generator on day 1, and I make a little note of Cortman Medical itself using the plus sign. Again, I don't plan to stay here for too long. It is mainly a short-term base. The idea is that we are only staying here until we can find a better base position. Having said that, I have heard tell that there is a farmhouse to the west of Muldraugh, fairly close to the main strip, that would be very, very ideal for this particular challenge. So, we make a plan to visit that on a future day. I start scouting a little bit further to the west, taking care of a few more zombies and picking up a fancy Wild Raccoon's jacket. Leather jackets always in style in Project Zomboid. And we find out that one of the neighbors is a relatively well-learned person with a lot of books in their library. So we make a note of that for our future experience endeavors. Watching a show and reading at the same time. Look at that multitasking there. And then we investigate some more of the local basements. Find a few interesting tools, but nothing of note. After dispatching a few more of the neighbors, I decide to go back to base, read a little bit more of our maintenance book, and lay our head down for the second night of our survival challenge, planning to venture further west for the next day. Day 3 begins as I plan to scout out our new potential base location. We know that the area to the north is pretty much saturated with zombies, so after we catch our early morning shows, we make our way further westward, exploring various houses along the way. Again, I find myself a fancy teal bucket hat, which becomes sort of a bit of a mascot hat. Again, I could be wearing much more armor, but I don't want to slow myself down any more than is necessary. So we're keeping things kind of light. At this point, I decide to look into another house, trying to stay low profile from the zombies. Get out through the windows, things like that. Sometimes you have the random zombie that is chilling in a bathroom or a closet. So be just like that, Okay, my apologies. With my heart still racing, we come across a radio that has the emergency broadcast system number. So of course I gotta jot that down on my map out of habit. Although I do realize in this particular game mode, apparently the helicopter event is disabled, so that should not occur. Catch a 12 o'clock carpentry show, and we strike out on the road again, headed towards the western side of town, taking care of zombies in ever more creative ways by letting them through a window for an easy kill. Pick up another metal baseball bat, and then we head towards the park near the west side. Oh, okay, they're both coming after me. Here we go. We're going to use the fence to get one of them to slow down, and then we'll hit the other one. Got lucky with that fence, to be honest. Twice. Wow, okay, yeah, that took a long time to kill that guy. And now we got you. Okay, and then immediately after you down them, do a little spiral. A few more zombie kills in the book, and I continue on towards the main road area. How bad are the restaurants, though? Oh, God. Oh, I didn't even hear that guy. Ooh. Didn't like that at all. Okay. Luckily, the main road through Muldrell appears to be fairly uninhabited at this particular point, and there's only a few zombies between me and the woods that I seek to cross. So, I make short work of them, and I proceed to head westward through the forest. Again, going through the woods in this mode is extremely concerning because a sprinter does not give you a lot of warning time. So I cautiously proceed through the thick wooded area, and then I come upon the farmhouse that I have been looking for so far. Decide to do a little bit of research into the immediate area and see what it has to offer. Where are you at? Oh, God. Here you go. We also take a quick look around and to see if there's any farm life present. Are these chickens? Oh, no, these are rabbits. Oh, they're the pigs. Look at that. We got pigs. Are those... I think I hear sheep, too, if I'm not mistaken. And cows. I gotta go. We got cows. After doing a little bit of a head count with the local barnyard animals, I finish off a few more zombies, and then we explore the various barns, as well as the local field, which is actually full of blooming corn. So if and when we have the time, we're going to harvest all that and try to make use of it for future survival purposes. After a brief jog to the nearby shed, we take account of all of the fantastic tools that are available. And he's coming. All right. Ooh, that was a dangerous maneuver. After a near brush with death on a zombie chilling inside of the bathroom of the farmhouse, we managed to kill him, catch our evening shows, and get ready for laying our head down again on the end of day 3. Again, at this point, I decide to make things official by marking my map as home for this particular farmhouse. This is going to be the home. Unless something bad happens, this is where we are going to be staying throughout this entire challenge. So we decide to kill the lights and head to bed for another night of sleep after a busy day of exploration. At the dawn of day 4, I realized that I'm going to have to move everything from Cortman Medical back to our new farmhouse home area. So we catch our early morning cartoons, we do a little bit of light reading, we fill up our bottled water, and we head through the dreaded woods of doom across the main highway. Luckily, we have killed most of the zombies between us and Cortman Medical, so there's not too much of an issue getting back to our initial base. At this point, I realize we're going to need a vehicle to move all these items, so we swing by and grab the white sedan that we found on the earlier days. Luckily, that house alarm has not drawn too many zombies in the area, but I realize that this is not enough storage. We need more storage, especially if we want to bring that generator over. So we start scouting out for a better vehicle. After killing another local homeowner, we go to check out his station wagon, and unfortunately, it is also non-usable. We did not pick the burglar trait, so we can't just hotwire any car we want. We have to rely on finding keys. So we swing back by the convenience store and we check out that white bull driver that I had ignored earlier in the run. And thankfully, we find something useful in the glove compartment. Let's slide over to the driver's side. Don't forget to check that glove compartment. And it's got a key in the glove compartment. Okay, hold on. Before we drive it, let's check the vehicle's condition. With our brand new bull driver with fairly good condition, we drive back to Cortman Medical and we hook it up to the sedan, but not before grabbing that generator that we found earlier in the playthrough. So we throw that in the trunk, and that's going to be instrumental in helping us set up long-term survival at our main base. We hitch our wagons together and we begin to prepare for the move. At this point, what I realize is that I need to store everything in both of these vehicles, and we use absolutely every ounce of space available. So we grab everything except the kitchen sink and we pack these into our vehicles and get ready for moving day. At this point, a rain does start to descend upon our local area, which will stick around for a few days. But as the dramatic rain begins to fall, we continue to pack up the car, taking everything, including the water dispenser from the initial medical facility that I woke up in. I realize that it's a bit late in the evening, so we're actually going to do the official move on the next day after I get a well-earned night's rest. Moving day starts like many others. Early in the morning before the sun rises, the rain is still falling outside, and I realize that now is the best time to grab all of our delicious frozen and refrigerated food items from our refrigerator, stash them in my hiking bag, and get ready to hit the road again. At this point, we got out onto the road as the sunrise officially commences, and we begin the dangerous operation of driving not only one but two vehicles through the sprinter-filled city of Muldraugh. Luckily, most of the route that we had taken is where we walked the previous 2 days, so the zombies along that route had not hurt us. Although we do pass the gas station and there are a few sprinters that are interested in our location, however, we managed to give them a slip and just keep on driving by. Finally, we get back to the new farmhouse base location with both vehicles intact, and we begin the all-important task of inventory management. So now, it is time to do a little bit of a time-lapse here while we empty both vehicles into the various cabinets, lockers, fridges, and shelves of our new home base. And everything fits fairly nicely. We get the new water dispenser set up, we set up the generator, and we pull everything out of the sedan for future use in our new garage. At this point, I realize that our generator is missing something, and that is gasoline. So we strike out in the bull driver yet again as the rain continues to drive down on top of us, and we decide to bring all of our gas cans over to the nearby gas station in order to fill them up. First, there's always a few zombies in the way, so we have to take care of those guys first. Again, starting to get a little bit used to the timing with these sprinters. One more behind the gas station itself, and we've been fairly lucky with the distribution of zombies in this particular challenge. Again, I expected there to be quite more dense pockets, but I am not complaining by any means. Again, we fill up all of our gas tanks, and we decide to do a little bit more exploration to the east of the gas station. Checking some of the local homes, we find yet even more baseball bats, various weapons. We catch an evening show while we listen to the radio. And we get ready for a few more looting sessions in nearby homes. Oh god. Whew. So basically we shouldn't need any residential keys. We should only need vehicle keys. And even then... Oh god! Okay, I heard him. Few more heart palpitations later, and we find ourselves back at the gas station where we pick up the ice freezer in front. And don't worry, I'm not leaving all that ice cream behind, folks. We're going to pick all that up and bring it with us. Who would have thought I was doing an ice cream run during the apocalypse? Who wants ice cream? Oh, that's right, I'm all alone. All right, we get back to base and we stash all that new ice cream into our freezer. And we unload everything else from the car as well, including all of that all-important gasoline. We install the ice freezer itself into our dining room area, and then we get ready for bed after a very, very needed wash-up of all of our clothes and ourselves, which takes us through the dusk hours of the evening, realizing how dark this house can get at night. Killing the lights, we go to bed yet again. On day 6, I realize my generator doesn't do me too good if I can't use it, and I don't have the electrical skills yet to do so, so we need to find a generator magazine. Again, the oft-sought-after tome of knowledge in any Project Zomboid playthrough, finding the generator magazine is easier said than done. So we head back to the area that we had previously looked at on the day before, we drive a little bit closer in, and do some more looting. Just has not stood up yet. We're going to see if we can't get the jump on him here. Oh god! There's two! There's two! Okay, we got you. Shoot. Again, I realize that combat is getting a little bit trickier as the zombies get a little bit more dense. Fill up our bottle. On moving and grooving. Oh, it is almost noon. I could catch... Oh, God. Oh, no. All right. Ooh. Gotta say, I think I've never played Zomboid in a way where my real panic so accurately matches the character's panic. Okay. Oh, God. Ooh. All right. Hello. And then we're gonna have to be... Oh, God. Coming over... Oh, yeah. We got two. Hold on. Try to get one. Oh, I missed him. Okay, we're standing on the second one. Knocking out first. Knocking out second. Checking for that third. He's still chilling. Oh, here comes the third. Okay, hold on. What gets me is... It is... kind of, I mean, again, that overlay, that little red outline, which you can put on in your settings, by the way, just a melee hit marker, not just for range only. You can do melee and ranged. Tells you what you're swinging at, and it's great because you really have to time your swings properly when these sprinters are coming at you, because if you don't, they are just going to kill you. What do we have here? Zippy Market, and what is this called? Short Circuit Electronics Store. Oh, come on. That could be exactly what we need. Spicy crits, Sparky's lighting out. Okay, this has definitely got to be the place that we find it. Yes, it is! Excellent! I'm just going to read it right now. How to use generators. I'm loving the new lighting system in Build 42. All these opportunities for horror, you know? With my new generator knowledge in my brain and the generator magazine in my pocket, we dispatched some more zombies on our way back to the bull driver, although I realize that there's a few more coming out at this point, and I'm starting to get a little nervous. So we hop into the bull driver, thankfully, just before a pack of zombies starts making their way down to our position, and no, I do not feel comfortable fighting 8 sprinters at the same time. So we make a hasty retreat, and we drive southbound on the side road until we get to the crossroads area just south of Moldra. I find a lot of wheat sheaf and various trunks, as well as some other gardening utensils, which I gather being very optimistic in the length of the survival time that I may have ahead of me. Again, we travel back north up the main road of Moldra, while I dodge a few flaming vehicles and some more sprinting zombies. And we make our way back to base for the end of the evening here. Again, now we can hook up our generator properly so that it is ready for long-term survival. At this point, my character is exhausted from all the efforts, and so it is time to call it a night yet again. Let's go ahead and actually take a little excursion over to our animals and see how they're doing over here. Good girl. Good bunny. Can I pet you? Oh, there you go. That's a good cow. Let's see. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Don't kill me, please. You are adorable. Oh, oh, it's heartwarming. After some much-needed agricultural work, aka petting various farm animals and calling them adorable and cute, we begin to make our way back into the eastern side of town because, you know what? We're going to need another generator. One for the gas station itself. I faced a few zombies in the forest, which I am not a fan of. I do not like fighting the sprinters and the wooded areas. I know I hear other ones too. We're gonna go back into sneak mode here. Oh, God! Almost got me in front of the porta potty. Okay. And we keep driving past the local Baptist church there on the east side of Moldra, or the northeast side, looking for the generators wherever it may be. Again, we pick up some steel sheets from a nearby crate that could be used for hood repairs on our vehicles. So this is like unfinished? No, it's pretty much finished. Oh, God. Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right. Don't do that, buddy. Again, it looks like this development. Oh, no, there's a little bit of... more personal items, a cool little family. Oh, we found it. That's it, folks. That's the generator. That's going to be our gas station generator. Excellent. So we grab that generator and chuck it in the trunk of our bull driver for future use as the gas station generator de jour. Here comes trouble. This will break them up a little bit, though. Takes them just a minute. Oh, God, one behind me. Oh, okay, there we go. You're dead, and you're down. And you're dead too. Okay. Don't forget your 360 after combat. At this point, I realized that there's a couple of hens, and I decided to grab them and see if I can actually walk them back to base. I realized that I can't put them in any bags, so I'm going to have to hold them the entire way. And I think we're just keeping it on our lap, basically. It's a lap hen right now. We drop the first hen back at base, and I realize that I have time now to go hook up our gas station generator, and we can fill that up with gasoline so that whenever the power does go out, we are ready to rock, and we can extract more gasoline from the gas station whenever necessary. Again, we do a little bit more TV watching to keep our skills up to snuff, and we do a little bit more looting nearby. Oh, chalk on the sidewalk. Wow. Surprised the rain hasn't washed it away yet. Oh, God. Oh, God. I want to grab that chicken and get out of here. Give me that hen. Yep, okay. Oh, wow, look at that. They are swarming that house, folks. If you ever had any doubts about how scary these sprinters can be, well, there you go. In fact, we need to get out of here. They're about to see me. At this point, we drop off the second hen back at base, and we're ready to wind down for the evening on day 7. 8:30 p.m. local Zomboid time, and yes, this is my house. This is our base. Those are our vehicles, and those are our chickens. This has been 7 days in the 28 minutes later challenge, and somehow I am still alive. So I'm going to keep playing on this mode, and we'll see how far we can take it. The obvious end goal here is 28 days of survival. We will cross that bridge if and when we get to it. So far, our favorite weapon has been this exact metal baseball bat. We've killed 105 zombies. We've survived for 6 days and 11 hours. So before I wrap everything up, we're going to go to sleep and actually try to get to that official 7-day mark here. So it might take us a little bit of time in the morning, but I do want to officially hit 7 days. So let's go to sleep real quick. We are just about to turn over onto 7 full days survived. We have survived now for technically 6 days and 23 hours. There it is, 7 days survived. Yeah, we're going to keep playing this. Again, my end goal is to get to 28 days survived in this challenge. At this point, we're looking pretty good for long-term survival. So if you've made it this far in the episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.